The SU will be closing Wednesday at 7 a.m. and will reopen on Thursday at 11 a.m. Essential personnel should report to campus.
Now at 9, classes across Delaware County are canceled, including here at Ball State. A look outside tonight as temperatures drop.
And warming centers are open tonight. We'll have the details just ahead.
Showers and flurries are moving in and out of the area overnight and into tomorrow, but how cold is it going to get? I'll have more in my full forecast coming up.
From the heart of Ball State University, live from the Unified Media Newsroom, NewsLink Indiana starts right now.
Good evening, everyone. Thanks for being with us. I'm Marley Thomas.
And I'm Camille Breck.
A live look across Ball State's campus tonight as dangerously cold temperatures are on their way, gripping most of the Midwest. Many area schools and businesses are closed for tomorrow. That includes classes for Ball State students.
But before we get to that, we want to get you straight to Assistant Chief Weather Forecaster Morgan Strackbein. She has the latest on the winter blast.
Thank you, guys. Yes, we are looking at a live shot of the radar right now where we are seeing some of those snow squalls move out of Indiana, and this is how it's going to be overnight tonight and into tomorrow, where we're going to get bitterly cold. But right now across the state, 10 in Indianapolis, -2 already up north in South Bend, and over in Chicago, -4. And we can thank these brutally cold temperatures overnight to the fact that we are very windy right now, and west-northwest winds all across the state. 16 miles an hour in Indianapolis, 14 in Lafayette, 20 over in Champaign, and we're experiencing gusts 30 to 40 miles per hour, so be careful if you're going out there. I'll have more on the cold dipping down tonight in my full forecast coming up in just a little bit.
Thanks, Morgan. And for the first time in 5 years, Ball State is canceling classes tomorrow due to the severe cold.
NewsLink Indiana's Zoe Dwiggins is live outside with the conditions tonight. Zoe?
Camille and Marley, it is definitely cold out here, and it is only getting colder. Tomorrow, wind chills could be as low as 30 to 40 below zero. We're also expecting scattered snow showers and flurries, but they are not expected to accumulate. Despite these cold temperatures we're seeing, Ball State Associate Professor of Geography David Call says that there is a silver lining.
January is typically the coldest time of the year on average, and in addition, we're going to have near record cold for late January, which is about the coldest air we ever experience here in Indiana. The good news is, from here, temperatures typically start to warm, so even if we get some more big cold air outbreaks, they won't be as cold as this one.
For now, Call recommends bundling up and putting on layers if you have to go outside, but he suggests you stay inside and drink hot chocolate if you can. I think I'll be heading inside to drink some of that hot chocolate right now. Live in Muncie, Zoe DeWiggins, NewsLink Indiana.
Zoe, thanks. Some locations across campus are operating with reduced hours tomorrow, including dining and university libraries. Go to ballstatedaily.com to see the amended hours.
In just under an hour, Delaware County will be under a travel warning. Travel will be restricted from 10 o'clock tonight to 8 o'clock tomorrow morning. Only emergency vehicles and those traveling for work should be on the roads. You're taking a look at the county travel advisory map now, but it may continue to change as the wind chill will drop. We have a link to the map on ballstatedaily.com.
As campus is closing down, warming stations throughout Muncie are opening up. A variety of warming stations will be open through at least Thursday. Some of the stations include the Salvation Army on Wheeling Avenue, the Muncie Mission on Liberty Street, along with City Hall downtown, and various fire stations. Muncie Mission Executive Director Frank Baldwin says all are welcome.
The door is open. The coffee is on 24/7, and the door is open.
Salvation Army Major Mark Litherland says they have much more than just a warm place to stay.
We'll have some refreshments, we'll have some videos to watch, some games to play, some things to do while they're here.
Urge residents to take advantage of the stations throughout Delaware County.
And on Ball State's campus, Cardinal Kitchen is continuing its search for a new space. Student-run organization that works to end food insecurities on campus is looking to expand their location to provide more for students. The food pantry has raised over $2,000 to contribute to their relocation. Executive Director McKenna Myers says having a larger space will be beneficial.
Us being moved out, one, would open up this space for other organizations to meet and have events, and we'd have our own space that we could control and we could set up the way we desired. Because right now we're working in our one kitchen space in the pantry that has kind of a setup layout that's not very easy to change.
Cardinal Kitchen is free and open to all Ball State students in the second and third Tuesdays of every month. And since December, Scotty Wise, founder of Scotty's Brew House, has closed all of their locations and filed for bankruptcy. Now Wise faces a lawsuit. Before filing bankruptcy, Wise had debt exceeding more than $5 million. The company had 2 shareholders and they alleged Wise of making false statements. They also say they did not register their shares, causing them to lose a combined amount of $1 million. Now they are suing for their investments plus interest. This is not the first time Wise has seen an investment fraud lawsuit.
35 days and $11 billion later, government employees head back to work after the longest government shutdown in U.S. history. According to Congressional Budget Office, the U.S. economy lost $11 billion, but expects to recover $8 billion once furloughed employees head back to work. The agency reports that the loss is mainly due to lost productivity and lost business for government contractors. The CBO also estimates the shutdown delayed $18 billion in federal spending and reduces gross domestic product by $3 billion at the end of the year.
Coming up, a popular mascot has plans to change. Find out what the future may hold for the iconic cat.
And Ball State students are looking to open new doors. We'll take you inside the Sales Career Fair and we'll stay with us.
No more, he didn't mean it.
No more, she seems fine to me.
No more, not my problem.
No more, she was drunk.
No more, he was drunk.
No more, she was asking for it.
No more, he didn't mean it.
No more, why didn't she tell anyone? No more, we don't talk about that.
No more bystanding.
No more ignorance.
No more excuses.
No more.
So, I just moved in with this family, and it's embarrassing. The little one, he likes to go outside and crawl around in the giant litter box. I don't know what he's doing. I mean, I was born and I knew how to use the litter box. Look at that! That's disgusting! Oh, poop already! You're making me nervous. Oh, okay, I can't look at this anymore. I really hope he grows out of this, for his sake.
After retiring from the NFL, I've been able to spend a lot more time coaching my daughter's basketball teams. It's something I love to do. Through our games and our tournaments, we see all types of coaching, good and bad. And it begs the question, do we really know who's coaching our kids? Do they have the proper training and screening it would take for me to be comfortable with my daughters playing for that coach? Our Youth Basketball Association made the decision to use trusted coaches to screen and train all of our coaches. I'm a trusted coach. Are you?
Welcome back to NewsLink Indiana. Paws Incorporated, home to the lasagna-loving orange cat Garfield. It's leaving its home in Albany, Indiana after 30 years, but the company is still in business.
And at the end of December, Jim Davis's company, Paws, closed its gift shop at the studio. NewsLink Indiana's Mary Eber joins us live in the newsroom to tell us what this means for Garfield.
Don't worry guys, Garfield is very strong and alive and well.
That's according to the Director of Public Relations for PAWS, Kim Campbell-Beasley. The decision to close the studio was a financial one. The world headquarters for Garfield was built for about 60 employees and opened in 1989. Campbell-Beasley says now PAWS employs about 30 people. She says technology has changed the way PAWS operates its worldwide business, and the studio and large campus were no longer necessary.
We had a ton of resources from our book publishing, from the comic strip, from calendars. So it got to be where we weren't really needing to create as much new art. Because we had so much already in our art bank.
11 employees remain working from the Garfield studio and will be out by June, but Jim Mansfield, the executive director of the Muncie Visitors Bureau, knows that Garfield will continue to attract visitors to Muncie.
When you make statements like they're closing, people think they're going out of business, Jim's retiring or whatever, and that's not the case. So we didn't want to put that out there and have people take the wrong impression. So we've just continued to build it up and let people know that we're very happy to have him part of our plan.
The Visitors Bureau purchased items from PAWS Incorporated when the studio's gift shop closed at the end of December.
I suppose you could say we got $10,000 worth of merchandise, which is a lot of merchandise.
The items the Muncie Visitors Bureau received are for sale at its gift shop, but it's not all on display.
Garfield has been quite instrumental in bringing people into our community. When they see the Garfield image, it seems to pique their interest.
Visitors can get their fat cat fix at the Muncie Visitors Bureau with Garfield items like this one. Items were also given to the local YWCA, Campbell-Beasley says. Ball State and Muncie schools could also receive some items. Live in the newsroom, Mary Eber, NewsLink, Indiana.
Thanks, Mary. Big plans are in store for the cat. You can find out more about Garfield's international plans and the future of PAWS at ballstatedaily.com.
Hundreds of students filled the Ball State Alumni Center Monday night as the annual Sales Career Fair kicked off. Employers from all over the U.S. came to fill internship and full-time job positions. Anthony Bowler, a junior marketing major, showcased his talent that left every employer he visited stunned.
In the back of my head, I was like, I'm not going to get any of these internships, so how can I sell the thing I already do, I'm making money at? So if it doesn't go right, like if my pitch to the internship doesn't go right, I was like, you know what, I'm a magician, I do this, blah, 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 blah. I make money off this, so if you guys have like a meeting that's kind of boring, liven it up, you can just hire me, and I'll get everybody, pumped for your next pitch you'll be hearing or something like that.
And if you didn't get a chance to visit the sales fair, make sure you're in Worthern Arena February 20th for the Cardinal Job Fair.
Sales are flying high for Boeing. So far this year, the company's shares are up 13%. Wall Street predicts Boeing will make $99.7 billion, so it's possible Boeing could pass the $100 billion mark for the first time ever. Analysts say the company should see almost a 50% jump this quarter. Earnings for the quarter will be released Wednesday morning.
The U.S. Postal Office announced they are raising prices on stamps and services. Starting Sunday, a first-class 1-ounce mail letter will go up to 55 cents. Although this increase is only a nickel more, it is the largest percentage hike since 1991. That's when postage increased from 25 to 29 cents. Another increase will also be happening with forever stamps, jumping to 55 cents, and priority mail prices will also jump 5.9%, making a small box that previously cost $7.20 to rise to $7.90. In 2018, the Postal Service lost roughly $4 billion from lower mail volume, pension, and health care costs. Now, we are definitely seeing those freezing cold temperatures, and unfortunately, they're just going to continue to drop.
Yes, they are. With that wind chill, just keep going down. I mean, it's really going to get freezing out there.
Yes, and you can see on the next 12 hours on that graphic right there, we're going to be dropping significantly. You can see at 9 a.m., -11 is what we're going to be at, and I will have more in my full forecast coming up after the break.
For those who serve today,
and those who served before them. For those whose sacrifice will never end. The Gary Sinise Foundation shows its gratitude through entertainment, outreach, and life-changing support. We can never give enough, but we can always give a little more. Find out how you can donate at GarySiniseFoundation.org.
Sometimes there's no do-over. Some things you can't rewind. That's when an extra safety step could mean the difference between a close call and a call to 911. Simple steps save lives. Learn more at poolsafely.gov.
Don't wait. Communicate. Make your emergency plan today.
Of all the things you've done with your bike, donating it to Goodwill may be the most incredible of all. Your donations help fund job placement and training for people in your community, which means your stuff can be more powerful than you think. Goodwill. Donate stuff, create jobs.
Welcome back. Now, in just a little bit, we will be under a travel warning. It's just freezing cold outside.
It really makes me just want to stay in my house and not leave at all.
I know. Morgan, what do you have for us?
I know, brutal temperatures are on the way, and it definitely makes me also want to stay in the house and never leave. But, you know, Ball State's going to be closed tomorrow, so hopefully a lot of us will be getting able to do that. Now we're going to be taking a look on our current right now in Muncie. 9 degrees already with that west-northwest wind at 13 miles an hour, making it feel like it is already -7, and we're just going to keep dropping and dropping overnight. All around the state, we're feeling these temperatures already up in the single digits up north, 3 over in Kokomo, 2 in Champaign and Lafayette, and 14 down in Bloomington. We're all just going to continue to drop as this coldness begins to drop into the south. Now tonight here in Muncie, our low is -12 degrees, and that wind chill is going to be ferocious overnight with those winds coming from the west at 20 to 25 miles an hour. And gusts, we're looking at gusts to be about 30, maybe above, so very windy conditions, and those wind chills are going to be in effect. Now we do have a warning for most of Indiana and especially all our viewing area. Wind chill warning goes in effect from 10 p.m. at the same time that travel warning goes into effect, and then going until 1 p.m. Thursday afternoon, we're going to be in this wind chill warning, and it's going to be very cold. Now for tomorrow, that high is not going to get any higher. -4, and we're going to be at a sustained wind still up in the teens to 20. Those gusts are going to be a problem again. It's going to be mainly dry for the most part, but we can't rule out a flurry with these cold conditions as well. And we want to be careful. Now let's time out these wind chill temperatures for you overnight. Going into 2 a.m., we're already going to be dropping down to -23 degrees here in Muncie and around the area. Now the coldest temperatures will come tomorrow morning, and we are off the charts with these ones. -41, -40 in Marion, and then going on into the rest of the night, we're not going to be getting much relief. -24 at 7 p.m. Now with these wind chill temperatures, the wind chill is what it feels like when it is windy out, and that's what we're factoring in as it would be with a standalone temperature. You want to wear layers and cover up any exposed skin. Now you are getting those hazards of hypothermia and frostbite possible. Frostbite is the freezing of the body tissue, and then hypothermia is when your body temperature lowers. Very dangerous conditions coming up. Now look at this 7-day. We are going to get some relief starting on Friday, 29, with a next chance of snow coming in, maybe some possible accumulations. Nothing really too detrimental to that. But going into Saturday and into the weekend, we're going to be warming up. Look at that trend on Sunday starting. We're getting a nice scattered shower chances, and going up, we're going to be in a negative or in the mid-50s for Monday, so definitely temperatures that we've been missing. And did you see that variation? We're like -12 tonight, and then next week going up to almost 60. That's a crazy variation.
Hey, I'm okay with it getting warmer, but for now, everybody bundle up. It is freezing cold.
Yes, it is just so cold outside, but thank you so much, Morgan.
Thank you.
And now we have Ben joining us with sports.
Well, yeah, the cold definitely does not affects the sports world, as the cold temperatures have canceled some basketball games. We'll update you on all the local games that have been rescheduled, and men's basketball is looking to break their cold spell in Buffalo. Stay tuned.
Isn't this perfect?
It was my pleasure. May I?
Adam, I can't thank you enough for saving me from that sweepstakes scam. I could have lost everything.
It was a classic cat and mouse game. Remember, you never have to pay to play.
You're my hero.
Oh.
After all these years. What's the matter, Adam? Cat got your tongue?
Sure, I look cute now, but when my owner lost his job, it was rough. I was living on the street, and one night, me and this Cocker Spaniel got into it so bad, I wound up looking like an ice cream cone. I cried a little bit, but thankfully I got rescued, so I'm running, I'm jumping, all back to my old self. And I'm ready to give unconditional love, even if you put a lampshade on my head.
I'm a teacher. Let me tell you what I make. I make learning a privilege, not a chore, and frustration a tool, not an obstacle. I make working hard seem easy and giving up impossible. I make an old subject feel like a fresh thought and unconventional methods common. I'm a teacher. I make more.
Welcome back to NewsLink Indiana. I'm Ben Sherman with sports. The Ball State campus that's shut down has canceled tomorrow night's women's basketball game. Ball State's home matchup against Buffalo has been postponed until February 20th and is at a time to be later announced. Ball State Athletics released a statement via Twitter today thanking their fans in support of the program through the storm. However, the men's team's matchup at Buffalo is still on tonight, even though a snowstorm of their own is happening. After a 15-point road win against Toledo in their conference opener, Ball State has gone cold. The Cardinals have lost 5 of the last 6 games, including 2 straight. Things aren't looking much better for Ball State either, as they face 18th-ranked Buffalo. The Cards are 2-8 in their last 10 games against the Bulls and haven't won in Buffalo since 2010, and that didn't change tonight. Ball State trails Buffalo 70-56 late in the second half. KJ Walton leads the Cards with 18 points, shooting for 50% from the field. Meanwhile, for the Bulls, CJ Massenberg has 14 points, dominating the glass with 8 rebounds. Other notable news is that Trey Moses sprained his knee in the first half and is day-to-day. That one has gone final as the Bulls won 83-59, and Ball State falls to 11-10 on the year and 2-6 in MAC play. Meanwhile, women's basketball games aren't the only ones being affected by the weather. Girls sectional games around the state are being postponed, including the 4A first-round matchup between Delta and Jay County. Newcastle game against Richmond has also been postponed to Thursday. Muncie Central did luck out with a first-round bye and won't have to play a game till Friday. However, their game may be pushed back to allow teams time to recover from the postponed games earlier this week. And Ball State being closed tomorrow is the perfect chance to catch up some Madden 19. EA Sports released their simulation of the Super Bowl this afternoon. Matt predicts that the second Rams-Patriots Super Bowl matchup will be another classic. It was all Patriots in the first half. Tom Brady leads the Pats out to a 17-3 lead at the half, with Brady connecting with Julian Edelman for a touchdown and Sony Michel rushing in his own TD. But the Rams were the comeback kids in this game, tying the game at 20 at the end of the third quarter. Then late in the fourth, Todd Gurley rushes in the game-winning touchdown to give the Rams a 30-27 win. You can see if this Sunday's game is just as exciting as the Madden simulation. Super Bowl 53 is at 6:30 on CBS. And some pretty exciting news today for Ball State sports as their former player C.J. Alexander Jr. got a non-roster invite to the Atlanta Braves spring training. But how about that Super Bowl coming up on Sunday?
Hey, I've got some chips and salsa ready, and I'm ready to go. I'm ready to sit down and watch it.
Absolutely. Wings, pizza, buffalo dip, gonna be ready for sure.
I'm so ready for it. And coming up after the break, find out what Apple is trying to fix on their devices.
Entertainment anchor Michelle Kaufman will join us after the break. Stay with us.
Hey, did you know 2.4 million loving cats and dogs in shelters and rescues need our help to find a home? Let's go to theshelterpetproject.org and meet if you are in a shelter near you. Harlow, oh, she's one great listener who loves to hear all your stories. My kind of cat. Cerulo is a sweet, goofy boy who's eager to please. Sounds just like another dog I know. So go to theshelterpetproject.org, search your local shelters and rescues, and go for a cuddle with your next best friend. Adopt.
Problems. The ones nobody talks about at cocktail parties. We go looking for them. No matter the obstacles, no matter the odds. We surround a community's most critical problems, and we fight. United Way fights for the health, education, and financial stability of every person in every community. Will you?
It doesn't take a scientist to cure hunger or a fancy economist to create safe housing. It takes imagination, creativity, sweat equity. And I think of kids going to school hungry. Hunger, homelessness. In this land of plenty, seriously? Come on, we could fix this. Help out, or don't. The choice is yours.
Here's your sandwich, miss.
Oh, thank you.
And your burger.
Awesome, thank you.
And your bowl of boiling water, sir.
Welcome back. Time now to take a look at what's trending.
Joining us now is NewsLink Indiana's Michelle Kaufman. Hello, Michelle.
Hello, good evening. Yeah, so if you have one of these, you may want to rethink using a popular feature on your Apple device for the time being. Apple has discovered a bug that lets users listen in on people they're FaceTiming without them picking up the phone. The user can even see through the front-facing camera of the person that they're calling. The bug was flagged by 9to5Mac on Monday, and since then, social media has been filled with users confirming that bug. Apple said it has a fix for the problem and will release a software update later in the week. Until then, Apple says the safest bet is to disable FaceTime on your devices until that update is released. And a man who jumped into Lake Michigan trying to save his dog was saved by a human chain of police officers. The incident was captured on those police officers' body cameras. The dog escaped, but the man became trapped in the 34-degree water.
Numb. He couldn't hold anything. There was no way to climb out. It was just sheer ice.
Now, one officer did use the dog's leash as a rope to reach out to the man. 5 more police officers then formed that human chain by grabbing onto each other's belts. The man was pulled out and was treated at a local hospital. He was released. So guys, this can really serve as a reminder about water safety in the winter. I know we've been talking a lot tonight about wind chill and that kind of like road conditions and weather, but really water safety, and that ice may look thick, but it probably won't be thick enough to go after. And especially with pets, I know a lot of people try to jump in to save their pets, and thankfully in this case it did turn out well, but that's just something to be aware of.
Very true.
Thank you so much, Michelle. Now let's take one final look at our weather.
Yes, we are expecting those very cold conditions for the next couple of days, but then coming up, we're going to see an unlikely warming trend and some scattered showers going into next week. Now keep in mind about that. And that's all we have for weather tonight. Now just be mindful of that wind chill warning.
Thank you. And that's all for tonight for NewsLink Indiana. Be sure to join us again Thursday on Facebook Live for the very latest.
And for news anytime, anywhere, go to ballstatedaily.com. Have a great night.